Always forward. That's what Hyojin said in German, right? I literally started my German course today, and it feels like I'm already getting immersed, courtesy of the chat group. I've got this interactive learning app, maybe you've heard of it. It's designed like a game. You complete little missions and unlock new levels. I got teamed up with this language partner named Leah. She's somewhere in Europe learning Korean, and we're helping each other out. And you know the drill. Every time I get a sentence right, I get that satisfying ding. The mistakes aren't so bad either. They just kind of push you to get better. So, immer vorwärts, I guess. Also, Hyojin and Max were super supportive about it. Max even said I would be trilingual, which sounds incredibly cool when you say it like that. Anyway, when Pierre likened our group to an Avengers team of trainees, coders, and audio engineers, I couldn't help but picture it. Fancying myself dancing to Max's AI-crafted beats while Hyojin dishes out her incredible kimchi pancakes. Haha, maybe we should think about intertwining our skills, creating an interdisciplinary spectacle of tech, music, and food. I mean, have you ever heard of a singing, dancing chef who codes as a hobby? Pourquoi pas, right? As if my day wasn't filled with enough languages, I've finally managed to settle back with my guitar now. I've been working on a song lately. Speaking of songs, have you heard that new track by this indie band called Space Harbor? It has such a cool vibe. Oh, and you might laugh, but I dreamed I competed in a great soul bake-off last night. I think the French pastries we baked last weekend infiltrated my dreams. But surely, a Korean take on tarte tatin could be a winning recipe. Remember our promise to host a bona fide French-Korean bakery someday? It was so hilarious when you suggested we could call it Kreuzkim. Still, one could dream. All right, it's back to the German lessons for me now. Can't keep Leah waiting for her Korean practice, and I need to contribute more to the chat group. Je dois y aller. Our thriller marathon last night touched every nerve, didn't it? There's just something captivating about the tension, the uncanny, foreboding silence, you know? Now imagine painting that baffling tension in the stroke of Korean noir with a splash of Western thrillers. It was Ji-hoon's and Seo-yeon's first taste of Mindhunter, and my goodness, they were at the edge of their seats, gripping every twist and turn. Similarly, Stranger left them wide-eyed, much like how Pierre reacted in the chat today, don't you think? They're both amazing series, each in their own unique way. Mindhunter. It's like descending down a psychological rabbit hole, exploring the intricacies of the human mind, something akin to a dark, gruesome Alice in Wonderland. And Stranger? It's like a spicy, savory kimchi stew that you can't get enough of, the layers and flavors pulling you in further and further. It was wee la la and daebak at the same time. As Max said, the choices were on point, really digitized the night. And you know, there's a certain incomparable charm in their diverse narrative styles, the East meets West exploration. Think about it, a melange of French elegance, mystique of Korean thrillers, and the meticulousness of American crime stories. It's a trinity of intrigue, isn't it? And honestly, it feels oddly satisfying recommending these shows to the group. Like watching a perfectly choreographed dance routine, you can see everyone's fascination blooming in sync. Do you remember how we used to debate which culture has the best thrills, best captures the eerie? Now watching them glued to the screen, I was bubbling with a sense of victory. I guess multiculturalism does have its perks, no? I even considered adding a dash of bilingual commentary, a sprinkle of Chloe's language lessons, but for first-timers, maybe not the best idea. Pierre, Max, Hyejin, their excitement, their intrigue, it reminds me of why I love these things in the first place. The stories, characters, their dynamics, it all mirrors reality, but with a dramatic edge. Remember, that's what drew me toward being a trainee, the K-pop culture, the thrill of bringing stories to life, just like in these series. And you know, Pierre's idea about the Avengers project got me thinking. If entertainment can cross borders, it can similarly blur the lines among us. A coder, a trainee, and an audio engineer. Can't we build something unique, something beautiful here? An interdisciplinary fusion of tech, music, and even, why not, Culinary? Haha. It could be maxi c'est sympa, just like our thriller marathon. Though the idea sounds amusing and a tad bit overwhelming, it doesn't hurt to dream, n'est-ce pas? After all, rêve grand, mon ami. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? But enough thrill for the day. I better get going now. Just a couple hours of guitar strumming before I call it a day. A bientôt. Oh, the city never ceases to surprise me, you know. I found this hidden gem tonight, an underground art scene, right in the heart of Seoul. It was like stepping into a different world, untouched by the city's hustle and bustle, yet matching its vitality. There were murals that whispered stories and canvases that screamed rebellion, art that exuded a raw, youthful energy. It was like a magnetic field pulling you toward themselves. Can you imagine a wall covered in vivid hues, elements of Hangul and French art intermingled in an elegant chaos? It was a living, breathing epicenter of creativity, sort of a visual symphony, if you will. Pierre actually mentioned it in our chat today. He was completely fascinated. Max, always the tech whiz, wants to take his AI painting tool there next time. Can you imagine that? If Max turns this art tour into an Avengers project, I'm positive he'll probably manage a culinary robot next. On second thought, perhaps I shouldn't egg him on about it. We'd probably end up eating nothing but scrambled eggs at 3 a.m. Speaking of food, I'm thinking of trying my hand at tart tatin this weekend. You know, give it a Korean twist with a hint of gochujang. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you know me, ever the experimental chef. Ah, well, I guess that's enough about my whirlwind night. I can't help but muse how life is a bit like this art scene. Sometimes messy, sometimes harmonious, but always compelling, isn't it? I'm reminded again why I chose to move to Seoul, why I chose to be part of the ever-dynamic K-pop industry. It's the same rush, the same emotion, and the same passion. It's all these little experiences, meeting new people, discovering new corners of the city, unveiling new layers of culture. All of it feeds my drive, my music. Oh, and speaking of music, I stumbled upon this playlist of Edith Piaf's classics today. Strong vocals blending with soft melodies. Just the perfect soothing note amidst all the art-infused chaos. I think I should add that to our group's list of eclectic tracks. Just picturing Max rapping Piaf's tunes cracks me up. Well, I think this entire art tour has me all wrapped up in this world of colors and culture for tonight. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, I should probably head back now. Perhaps I'll grab a quick bite at that tiny tteokbokki place on my way home.